Hello everyone, I'm Steve from Valhartv, and today I'll be reviewing Halloween Kills. So we're just going to jump right into it. This movie leaves off right at the end of the last movie. So we see Laurie, her daughter, and her granddaughter going to the hospital because Laurie got her gut cut open. And then we see a bunch of fire trucks passing, and they're screaming, "Let it burn down, let the house burn," and of course they don't, and Michael escapes. Hence where we get the burnt mask. And as we go along, Michael comes back to his old stomping grounds. And according to the movie, everything's pointing to him going back home. So all the kills, everything. And there were only, honestly, to me, were really only maybe two good kills in this movie. And one wasn't even Michael's. One was where he stabbed a guy right through his eyeball. I laughed and thought that was great. A really dumb one. A girl was trying to shoot him from like 5-10 feet away, and she kept missing like, I don't know how many times. And then he kicks the door into her gun and she shoots herself. I was like, that is the dumbest thing ever. I was like, it was great. It was great. So a lot of stuff, though, also happens off screen. So we see Michael walk away in one scene, but then a whole bunch of people find the car with, that some lady was driving, and they end up finding the bodies staged on a playground. So apparently Michael moved these bodies off screen, and we never saw it. And I was like, I don't believe Michael ever moved bodies in any of the movies. He just killed them and kept going where he killed them where he left them. He didn't prop them up, do things like that. And another thing that they do in this movie is they try to retcon all the movies before the one previous to this. So they go back to 1978 and show a whole bunch of scenes from that and how somebody stopped them from taking the law into their own hands, like all the police that caught Michael that time. And then when we come back, it's basically mob mentality. You know, it's mob law. This one guy literally riles everybody up. What's the character's name? Timmy, I think it is. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, I'm not even sure, because you got Laurie, and then you've got Timmy Doyle, all right, who's played by Anthony Michael Hall. So he literally riles everybody up, and then they start chasing somebody who's not even Michael Myers, and they don't care. Like, that was the other kill that wasn't Michael's. Like, the mob in the hospital is outrageous. They're just stomping all over each other, pushing each other out of the way, chasing this guy who's just asking for help. And I was like, sweet. And then the guy jumps out a window because they're going to kill him anyways because they don't care whether he's Michael or not. And I was like, cool. And partway through the movie, I turned to my two friends that were watching it with me, and I was like, does anybody get what's going on in this movie? Because I don't really get it. I don't get it at all. And they were like, there's no plot to get. It's all body count. And that's basically what it was. It was straight up just him killing people, person after person after person. I mean, he even goes back to his house and kills a couple of gay guys that live there. And I'm like, what? And that's all he's doing throughout the whole movie. There's really no plot. Like, Laurie tries to get up out of bed, basically. And she ends up getting hurt again, so she's got to go back in. But I was like, what's even going on? I don't get it, And it's just, yeah, like, the whole movie didn't make any sense. There was really no plot to it. There were really no good kills. It was all just mayhem, like full scale, him just dropping bodies everywhere because he didn't care. And when the mobs, you know, I mean, the whole thing was just very disappointing, but not unexpected. I watched the movie prior to this one. In the saga, I guess there's going to be 3 or more movies for this with Laurie in it, and it was okay. I personally like the original Halloween 1 and 2. I also like Rob Zombie's a remake of Halloween 1 better than I do any of the other Halloween movies. And it includes these 2 new ones. And this one was just worse than the last one. The kills, everything was really kind of mundane. I mean, there were, like I said, a couple of good kills. Like when when he stabs the one guy through the eyeball, and then he does another one, but I can't even remember what it was because there were really no good kills. He just goes around and just kills people. Like, he stabbed one guy, like, repeatedly after he was dead. He just kept putting knives in him and then took a knife and walked out. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, okay, that's not Michael Myers, is it? I'm like, what? What's going on here? I'm like, that's crazy, what they did in this movie. So it was very, very just straight up wholesale, just dropping bodies all over the place. That's really all it was, and they weren't really that great, like the kills. And the mob mentality didn't make any sense. Didn't make any sense that they were chasing some guy that you could clearly tell wasn't Michael Myers because he wasn't over 6 foot tall or more and really skinny. So I was very confused by that. Like, the whole thing I was very confused by in this movie. I know a lot of people have been raving about it, saying it was great, but to me, this movie was a 4.5, 5 out of 10. Again, there was no plot to this movie. The acting was mediocre to okay. The kills, only a couple of good ones. And we saw bodies being moved off screen, so we didn't see the bodies getting moved, if that makes sense. It's like they said he moved the bodies, but he didn't move the bodies because he walked away and we never saw him do it. And then all the other bodies, he just left where they were. So I was like, why would he move these particular bodies but then not move anybody else's? It didn't make any sense. So, yeah, and it just, like, the whole movie didn't make any sense. So this is going to be a saga, so I'm not sure how many more movies they're going to make, but they leave it open for another movie, and I honestly don't know if I want to see another one. It was not good enough to watch this movie again. I will literally forget about this movie and never watch it again. I mean, and none of my friends are going to watch it either. So, if you guys have seen it, let me know. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the movie. If you've seen it, haven't seen it, what your thoughts are. If you guys like what I do, please hit the like button and subscribe. Take care for now, everyone.